It's Wednesday, May 7. In the headlines in local news, National Labor Day plans and Jamaica Eye Control Center now commissioned. Regionally, OECS makes major improvement in press freedom. And in sports, the Silver Lords Breakout League. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I am Brittany Clark. Labor Day in Jamaica will be celebrated on Friday, May 23. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, says this year the national project will focus on the establishment of the Environmental and Research Park at Maison River in Clarendon. She shared the details while addressing the Lower House of Parliament on Tuesday. We have more in this report.
The slogan for Labor Day 2025 is Jamaica Nice, Protect with Paradise. Minister Grange says the national project at the Environmental and Research Park at Mason River, Clarendon, is in keeping with the environmental focus behind the theme.
Mason River is an area of environmental awareness and protection that has gained international recognition over time. In 2022, the area was designated a protected national heritage area under the Natural Resources Conservation Authority Act.
She says it's a protected national heritage site under the Jamaica National Heritage Trust Act 1985, and it is significant to the surrounding community.
Offering numerous ecosystem services, including water regulation, carbon sequestration, nutrient recycling, biodiversity support, as well as providing recreational and cultural value.
She says the project will be driven by both the Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, and opposition leader Mark Golding.
The end of Labor Day 2025, it will culminate with a gospel extravaganza at Emancipation Park. Full details on Workers' Week and Labor Day activities will appear in the media.
In recognition of Workers' Week and Jamaica Labor Movement, the National Insurance Building at National Hero Circle will be named the Lyndon Gladstone Newland Building, and the main building at the Ministry of Labor and Social Security at 1F North Street will be named the Portia Simpson Miller Building. The announcement was made by Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, while speaking in Parliament on Tuesday.
Both acts are in recognition of their outstanding contribution to the movement for the rights and proper working conditions of Jamaican workers.
The theme for Workers' Week is Protect the Environment, or Land or Duty or Future. There's a major shift coming to how Caribbean students earn qualifications, one that promises more flexibility, more relevance, and a more personalized path to success. The Caribbean Examinations Council is introducing a brand new certificate that could reshape the future of learning across the region. But what is it really about? We learn more in this GIS feature.
What is this new qualification from the Caribbean Examinations Council? A bold leap into the future of Caribbean education is the Caribbean Targeted Education Certificate, or CTEC. Set at the same academic standard as CSEC and CAPE, CTEC will use the same syllabuses but with a progressive twist. This isn't just about grades, it's about growth. The focus will be on related and relevant learning outcomes while supporting the gradual development of key competencies. The syllabus is also designed to allow for continuous progressive learning.
This new qualification is what we call the Caribbean Targeted Education Certificate, CTEC. This CTEC, along with the suite of credentials that we offer, will be our micro-credential and will be awarded to students who successfully achieve a module.
Each subject is broken into modules. Complete one module and you earn a micro-credential. Stack them and you work your way up to full qualifications like CSEC, CAPE, and even an associate degree, part of a broader credential pathway designed for flexibility and lifelong learning.
There is continuity from the micro-credential to the intermediate to the macro, and students will have several opportunities to achieve that pathway.
CTEC takes two main approaches, subject-based and skills-based. Whether you're working toward traditional subjects or mastering real-life scenarios, each path is tailored to match a student's goals and context. So a lot more flexibility will be available to students in achieving and demonstrating the level of competencies acquired. The pilot will start first with both English and mathematics, and the modularization of English and mathematics will be done across 3 modules, and each module will be assessed independently, and the combination of those 3 modules will provide for the award of the full certification.
For example, in mathematics, CTEC Award Module 1 will be achieved by a student at any point throughout their study. 2, 3, and all of that come together to give you the full CSEC mathematics qualification.
If students have to leave school, they can pick up where they left off. No need to start over. For example, if they completed Module 1, they could return later to complete Modules 2 and 3 to earn the full CTEC certification.
All of this will add a lot of flexibility because a student studying engineering can now take a module in the business subject, let's say in entrepreneurship, because he's interested in starting his own business after completing the program. So a lot of flexibility will be achieved through this.
The pilot phase of the CTEC certification project is scheduled to begin in September, with the first certificates set to be issued in 2026.
The nation's courts will welcome the public today for the first ever Judiciary Day, aimed at fostering greater engagement between the judiciary and the public. Under the theme, Preserving Justice, Honoring History, Embracing the Future, the event offers an opportunity for the judiciary to educate the public about the legal system and its functions, according to Chief Justice Brian Sykes. We've been hosting public education days across the parishes, and it was decided to take this initiative further by having a day where members of the public can visit the courts and learn firsthand about the roles of judges and the importance of the courts. End quote, Justice Sykes explained. The day's events will kick off with a staff dress parade along King Street in downtown Kingston, concluding at Justice Square, where a civic ceremony will take place. Following the ceremony, each parish court will showcase curated exhibitions highlighting their unique histories. Justice Square, located in downtown Kingston, is home to the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has emphasized the crucial role of parents in fostering the children's literacy skills, urging them to be actively involved in the development of their children's reading abilities.
Teddy picks up the bottle, right?
Yeah, but that's it in the bin.
He wants to help. So Teddy is a good boy, right?
Yeah.
Speaking at Read Across Jamaica Day activities at Seaward Primary and Infant School in St. Andrew on Tuesday, the Prime Minister highlighted that literacy development should not be solely the responsibility of teachers. Dr. Holness stressed that parents play a key role in instilling a love of learning in their children. The Prime Minister also underscored the importance of strong literacy skills, including media literacy.
There is so much information, but yet there is so much ignorance in the world. As we advance in the information age, schools not only have to teach literacy, but you have to also teach media literacy, the ability to discern what is real out of the information that is provided.
Read Across Jamaica Day, which encourages students to develop a lifelong reading habit, is part of the ongoing efforts to improve literacy across the country. The government has officially opened the Jamaica Eye Control Center, a major boost for crime fighting and public safety. The high-tech facility, now operational in Olympic Gardens, Kingston, will enhance surveillance across the island. The details in this report.
Jamaica Eye, the government's high-tech surveillance network, has taken a major step forward with the official opening of a new control center in Olympic Gardens, Kingston. The facility will monitor public spaces and help authorities respond more swiftly to crime, accidents, and disasters. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the upgraded system will provide real-time coverage across key areas.
It provides visibility where there was once vulnerability. It deters criminal activity by increasing the risk of being caught. It gives law enforcement a critical tool to respond quickly and to hold perpetrators to account. But more importantly, it provides evidence without having to rely on the human factor. It provides the evidence without you having to rely on someone who may be fearful to come forward to give a statement.
He says Olympic Gardens was identified as a priority zone, and now with enhanced monitoring, it will be easier for security forces to act quickly.
What we're doing is not just about putting in cameras. What we are doing is securing the public space. Recognizing this, the Jamaica Constabulary Force identified the area as a priority zone for surveillance. And today, I'm proud to say we have acted decisively. Through the Olympic Way CCTV expansion project, we have installed 51 cameras across the corridor, from the Scotiabank at 3 miles all the way to this station, ensuring that virtually no blind spots exist.
Representing Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake, Deputy Commissioner Warren Clark says the system is a major asset in the JCF's crime-fighting strategy.
This cutting-edge surveillance system enables us to monitor and respond to incidents in real time, providing critical intelligence to support our crime-fighting efforts. Integration with Jamaica Eye facilitates tracking and analysis of crime patterns, identifying hotspots so that we may deploy our resources in a very effective manner.
Given an update at Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says the center is a part of a broader plan to expand surveillance across the island.
We have over 1,000 cameras out. We are introducing another 300 this year, and we have the permission from Cabinet to go into procurement for the 2,500 cameras that will cover the whole island. I gather there was a little misunderstanding yesterday when we spoke in Olympic Way. The impression was given that Olympic Way is the entire extent of our camera system. That's a small part of it. That's only 50 of the near 1,000 we already have deployed. The way they are deployed, an area will have a monitoring center so that there can be a real-time response. So Olympic Way is in South St. Andrew. They get the cameras feeding from that area. We'll open another monitoring center in Denham Town. And we have monitoring centers across the island where we have cameras. I think there's one in Montego Bay and Church Street. I think we have moved it to Freeport at this point.
The project was implemented between April 2024 and February 2025 at a cost of over $100 million and is said to be a major investment in public safety and national security.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams. Welcome
Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. The Financial Services Commission released an annual report to show that there was a 19% jump in the revenues of the general insurance industry to 87 billion Jamaican dollars last year. Total assets of the sector climbed to 102 billion during the same year, with investments accounting for 68 billion. The sector's total liabilities were 65 billion, with insurance liabilities accounting for 56 billion. The industry's capital base also increased by 3% to 37 billion. Jamaican energy company Tropical Battery has received shareholder approval for its expansion program and will reach out to the capital market this year with an additional public offer, APO, of shares. Tropical Battery was listed on the junior market of the Jamaica Stock Exchange following a successful initial public offer in September 2020 of up to 325 million ordinary shares priced at $1 per share. For the trading period ending May 6, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Toll road operator Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited with 2,692,564 units traded, representing 14.73% of market sales volume. Alternative energy distributor Wigton Energy Limited with 1,944,505 units traded, representing 10.64% of market sales volume. International food distributor Deramon Trading Company Limited with 1,464,198 units traded, representing 8.01% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On May 6, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US 43.07 million purchased and US 54.54 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.92 per dollar, selling the US at $159.75 and buying the US at $157.83. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders $1.94 per transaction, with selling at $115.45 and buying at $113.51. The British pound yielded Forex traders $1.24 in profits, with selling at $212.22 and buying at $210.98. For our credit report tip of the day, one of the most powerful but underused tools in your journey to fund a business is your credit score. Whether you're building a beauty brand, launching a logistics company, buying your first rental property, your credit score can open or close doors to capital. Here are two options to consider. First, improving your credit helps to establish credibility with bankers and lenders. They look at your score as a sign of how you handle your obligations. Show them you're an action taker. Another benefit is that improving your credit helps to attract private investors or co-founders. Good credit shows you're financially responsible, and that's critical in any partnership. Now, when you're building something from nothing, moving from financial recovery to financial resilience, financial self-care integrates money management with well-being practices, helping professional women over 45 mitigate stress and build confidence in their finances. A dedicated weekly CEO hour for reflecting on cash flow, setting goals, and learning one new financial concept fosters greater control and proactive decision making. Think about these self-care suggestions to blend into your financial focus. While tracking your income and expenses for the week, use a financial app such as wisefy.com. Another option is a daily wins journal. Write down 3 money-related wins from the past week to celebrate your progress. Another financial self-care strategy is to have a single goal focus. Choose one debt payoff or one savings target to advance for each CEO hour. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, Antigua and Barbuda and the other countries in the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States have climbed 20 places in the latest World Press Freedom Index from Reporters Without Borders. The sub-region is ranked 48 of 180 countries in the 2025 index, up from the 68th place among the same number of countries in the 2024 index. Rajib Aparisho reports.
The OECS regional subgrouping, according to Reporters Without Borders, has the 40th highest level of freedom afforded to its journalists out of 180 ranked countries. The World Press Freedom Index, which is released annually, reviews several factors including a country or grouping's overall media landscape and the social, cultural, and economic conditions that the media operates under. The OECS in the latest rankings received an overall score of 68.08, roughly 6 points higher than its 2024 score. While expressing concerns over growing levels of political interference and editorial censorship, Reporters Without Borders says the OECS generally has strong press freedom records. In addition to increasing political influence, there's also concern about the lack of development for media workers and poor pay. Quote, while the news industry has experienced a phase of economic growth, journalists are generally poorly trained and often abandon their profession because of very low salaries, an issue that mostly affects women in the region, end quote. The OECS has been steadily climbing the rankings since dropping to 93rd in 2023. Trinidad and Tobago is the highest-ranking Caribbean country for 2025, placing 19th overall with a score of 79.71. Rakib Aparisio reporting for ABS News.
Trinidad and Tobago's former Energy Minister Stuart Young is warning the new Kamla Persad-Bissesa administration against counting out the Dragon gas deal and rushing into other arrangements with other Caribbean countries. CNC3's K. Marie Fletcher reports.
While he's no longer this country's energy minister, Stuart Young is expressing concern about the country's breadline following comments made by Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissesa on the possibility of future gas deals now that she believes Dragon is dead. But according to Young, the Dragon has decades left to dance.
Understand that when you immediately say Dragon is dead, what are you telling Shell? I am certain in the boardrooms today, in The Hague, in London, in Houston, there is deep analysis going on. Everything you say as a leader of the country is not for domestic politics alone. It is very irresponsible for any government governing Trinidad and Tobago, wanting what is best for Trinidad and Tobago, without even looking at the documentation that exists, to immediately declare it dead. The truth is, we have a 30-year license with Venezuela.
His concern comes as Persad-Bissesa revealed she has interest in working with CARICOM states.
I intend to send my Minister of Energy to Grenada because I'm being told that Grenada offshore has more gas and oil than the Dragon field. So shall we explore that?
However, Young says it's presumptuous to get the country excited over reserves that may not even yield fruit.
Every possibility with our CARICOM neighbors was already being explored. And this holdout of some field called Nutmeg in Grenada, I pray to God there are reserves there and maybe exploration wells will find it in years to come. But it is nowhere close to market. So I am simply cautioning and saying to Trinidad and Tobago at this stage, this is very, very far off from being feasible.
Instead, his advice to the new administration would be to continue to persuade international gas companies to work with this country. He said failure to do so would run us into problems. Meanwhile, the Energy Chamber acknowledged that gas was discovered between Grenada and Trinidad in 2017. However, it admitted that there has been little information since. The Chamber says if the fields can be economically developed, it will be an excellent opportunity to export gas into TNT's gas network through existing infrastructure. CNC3 News reached out to newly minted Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Mudilal for comment, but messages and calls went unanswered. CNC3 News also reached out to Grenada's Prime Minister and Energy Minister, but those calls were also unsuccessful. K. Marie Fletcher, CNC3 News.
In sports, Trinidad and Tobago Legion's captain Joshua Da Silva has lauded the West Indies Breakout League as a vital springboard for emerging players across the Caribbean. He's calling it an amazing opportunity for fringe and upcoming cricketers to perform in front of a television audience and stake their claim in higher-level leagues such as the CPL and beyond.
Speaking after the West Indies Breakout League group stage concluded, Da Silva reflected on the importance of the tournament, describing it as a stepping stone for players hoping to break into franchise setups filled with big-name talent.
Really good. Not only for myself, I think for everybody, the opportunities have been... It's amazing for boys to play on TV, for boys to showcase their talents, for CPL and other franchise leagues around the world. You never know where the right people see you, you never know where you're going to go. So it's just about everyone trying their best and doing the best that they can. And for me, it's about, didn't get all the opportunities in CPL that I may have liked, but you know, it's a big tournament, there are a lot of big players, so it's a really good stepping stone into that.
He also underscored how crucial the tournament is for players who might be under the radar or on the fringes of selection. The visibility that comes with broadcast coverage, he believes, can lead to life-changing opportunities and raise the overall standard of Caribbean cricket.
A lot of these guys have never played at this level in front of television. We have streams and stuff, but TV is a different thing. So it's a different caliber, it's a different nerves, everything sets in. And yeah, just to have people looking at you playing cricket and the opportunities that might bring is only going to make our cricket better, and really happy for this initiative.
With the group stage now behind them, the attention turns to the playoff rounds. But for players like Da Silva and many others, the real reward may already be in motion. A chance to be seen and to be remembered.
West Indies women's captain Hayley Matthews has been shortlisted for the ICC Women's Player of the Month award for April. The nomination follows her dominant all-round displays during the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup 2025 qualifier in Pakistan. Sharif Sargent reports.
Matthews is joined by Pakistan's Fatima Sana and Scotland's Catherine Bryce. For Matthews, the nomination represents a chance for her fourth ICC Player of the Month crown to further solidify her status as one of the top performers in the women's game. The 27-year-old all-rounder was a standout for the Caribbean side as she led both with bat and ball for West Indies, who narrowly missed out on World Cup qualification. She kicked off the qualifier with a stunning unbeaten 114 and 4 for 56 in a losing effort against Scotland, and went on to top the tournament wicket charts with 13 scalps at 15.84. Also in the frame is Fatima Sana, the inspirational leader of a Pakistan side that went unbeaten en route to qualification. The 23-year-old all-rounder took 12 wickets at 12.25. Catherine Bryce, Scotland's captain and talisman, rounds off the shortlist. Bryce ended the tournament as the leading run scorer as she amassed 293 runs at an average of 73.25, including a magnificent 131 not out against Ireland. Chief Sergeant, ABS Sports.
That's the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thanks for watching.